All right, let's talk about TascamGate for a second. If you're just catching up, I've owned 8 Tascams. My buddy Mike's owned one, and lots of you guys in the comments and in the forums, home recording BBS, and what's the other one called? Oh, Gear Space. Have come forward, and you guys all got bad stories about the Tascam model series conking out, right? 99% of you either agree with me or you're fine. And then I got a couple people that are just unhappy with the story, and they're kind of like, trying to turn it like victim blame, turn it on me, which is what people do. And it's hilarious, this argument. So I just really want to analyze this argument. I did have ChatGPT help me. I was so interested in this logic. So Blade Runner 2318 says, I doubt this since he's the only one to complain. Why would you own 8? This comment is so funny for so many reasons. You could study this comment in a university textbook. I doubt this since he's the only one to complain. Why would you own 8? It's a super interesting comment. It'd be like if I was, let's say I was lying and I'm like, I saw a treasure chest at the bottom of the lake. And the guy's like, that's impossible. Why would you even be swimming? Right? Like, it's, well, let's just see here. I got some ChatGPT notes on the side here. Okay, ChatGPT says, for one thing, this is circular reasoning, or called begging the question. They imply you must be lying because you're the only one saying this, and you're the only one saying this because you must be lying. They're assuming that their conclusion of you being wrong proves their conclusion. That's called circular reasoning, or begging the question. So that's an interesting take on the psychology of this weird sentence. Now, let's zoom out for a minute. Why would I just be saying, do you guys think that I was sitting at my breakfast table one morning eating a grapefruit and going, I think I'm going to lie about them Tascams. I've been thinking about it for a while. I think I'm going to lie about them Tascams, right? I was like, you know what'd be good on my gear channel? Let me pick a piece of gear. Any gear at all. Any gear at all that we got. Let's do ukuleles. I think I'm going to lie about them ukuleles. What is this mic stand? A realistic from the 70s. You know them realistic mic stands? I'm going to claim I own 8 of them. And I'm going to claim most of them are no good. It's just what I do. It's just what I do. I got no time. I got so much time on my hands. I could be reviewing guitars and guitar pedals and DAW software and virtual instruments and virtual effects and waves and universal audio and pianos and Eurorack. Look at all this Eurorack I could be talking about. I could be going through all. I could actually be using this stuff. I could be out touching grass on the, actually meeting people outside of these 4 walls and developing relationships with bandmates and playing at festivals and living my life. But no, that's not what we do here at Quest for Gear. I pick one particular thing. It could be banjos. I could go, them banjos, they got a 44% failure rate. I just cook the whole thing up. It's what I do. I just cook the whole thing up. It's what I do. Is what Blade Runner thinks. He thinks I was just sitting at breakfast. I cooked the whole thing up. He thinks that I just picked a manufacturer and a model, and I started scheming. And I'm like, I'm going to lie to everybody on the YouTubes. I'm going to make up a big lie about owning 8 of them. So that doesn't make much sense. So let's just read the comment again. I doubt this since he's the only one to complain. Why would you own 8? Well, geez, if I'm the only one to complain, I've been busy making fake accounts. I sure have been busy making fake accounts all over the internets. All through home recording, all through the Tascam forums, all through Gearspace, all through YouTube, all over the internet. I've been making fake accounts going, yeah, mine don't work neithers. Yeah, my Model 12 is dead. Yeah, my Model 16 has blinking lights. Geez, I've been busy. All right. Let's do another psychoanalysis here. Argument from incredulity. Argument from incredulity. I can't believe that, so it must be false. I can't believe that, so it must be false. Just because they personally doubt something doesn't make it untrue. This is a very common in internet debates. Let's see. The third psychoanalysis of this crazy comment is ignoring the premise or moving the goalposts. They're ignoring that you had to own multiple units to identify the failure rate. This is my favorite, this one. They're ignoring that you had to own multiple units to identify the failure rate and instead question your credibility because you own multiple units. This is hilarious. They're ignoring that you had to own multiple units to identify the failure rate instead of questioning your credibility because you own multiple units. That's backwards logic. And that's what I was trying to say with the sunken treasure story. I was just like, you know, if you fell in the, it's not a good analogy, but anyway, it's like, I could have only come to this 44% realization had I owned this many. If I owned one and was happy, I couldn't have even come up with this. I'd own one and I'd be happy. If I owned two and one was broke, I'd be saying 50%, right? So again, they're ignoring that you had to own multiple units to identify this failure rate. Like, meanwhile, let's read this again. I doubt this since he's the only one to complain. Why would you own 8? All right. So then the fourth psychoanalysis is called survivorship bias. This isn't exactly what they did, but it's worth noting. Just because others haven't complained publicly doesn't mean there's no issue. People don't report or post reviews unless something is egregiously bad. It's that whole restaurant thing where if you have a good meal, you might not tell anybody, but if you have a bad meal, you tell 10 people, right? So according to this guy, since I'm the only one to complain, it's like, well, I had a Honda Civic and that back right passenger side tire, it never got a nail in it. Never got a nail in it. I probably put air in the tire, but I drove that Honda Civic for 6 years. I never got a nail in the tire. Do you know what that means, according to Blade Runner logic? According to Blade Runner logic, that means the back right tire of Honda Civics don't get nails in them. They don't. I know, because I'm the only one complaining. And that was my experience with it. So my experience translates to everyone's experience, obviously. So what do we got in summary here over in ChatGPT? The clearest term for what they're doing is likely argument from incredulity, mixed with a failure to understand the logical context. I see you're using the classic because I don't understand it. It must be fake defense. They're failing to acknowledge the necessary premise. They're contradicting themselves by questioning why you own 8 units when your original statement is literally based on owning 8 units. That's the part I love. Why would you own 8? Well, I'd have to even know the 44% failure rate. Like, yeah, unreal. They're arguing a side issue instead of engaging with actual logic that, and this is, I guess, me saying this, I own 8 units and observe the 3 failures. That's a 37.5% failure rate. And then I add Mike's into it, which is a 44%. You can't even make that claim without having access to multiple units. Their doubt actually supports your claim because without 8 units, the claim wouldn't exist. So, and then it summarizes the logic with, you're lying about the failure rate. And also, why do you even own units to know the failure rate? Exactly. So, hey, thanks for your comment. It's been real good. Really appreciate that. Amazing. Probably one of the better comments this year. And ChatGPT, although it's artificial, I know it had a good time too. So anyway, where we're at with this thing is Long and McQuaid called, and they can't get it to do the problem that I said it was doing, which is crazy. I have many videos of me demonstrating the problem. And the good thing about the Tascam Model 24 being a what you see is what you get top-down lean-forward device where you set the controls and what you see is what you get is I am demonstrating aux 1 and 2 not working and then aux 3 it is working, which verifies that I know what I'm doing. Like, why would I know how to do aux 3 and not aux 1 and 2? And you can see me in the video flip the cable from aux 1 to aux 2, all the settings right. I've reviewed all the videos. And yeah, so I'd come down to 3 logical outcomes here. Either number one, they're trying to make a monkey out of me, Long and McQuaid and the Tascam people. They're like, let's fix it. We'll replace the circuit board inside. We'll fix it, put it back together. Then we'll call him and tell him that there was no problem. That way he'll have to look like a dummy online. If I come and tell the truth online, which I am. If that's what happens, if they give it back to me and they're like, there was no problem, you're just dumb, I'll go, okay, well then, guys, I got my board back. There was no problem. I guess I'm just dumb. So that's number one. Number two is that the possibility that the service center is so bad at mixing boards, has no concept of routing channels, mixing, SUMBUS, auxiliary. Like they're so out of touch with mixing boards that they can't recreate the problem because they don't know how the board works. And then the third thing was intermittent. Maybe we're shipping this thing all around Canada, shipping it here, putting it in my van, blah, 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 and something's shaking. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. And then option 4, I did come up with a fourth option since I did this video. Option 4 is I'm just really stupid. I'm just so stupid. Like I just don't know how to do mixing boards, which is weird because I have years of videos of me showing you guys how to do the aux, right? I've got years of videos of me demonstrating. That's the level of skill I believe I'm at with it, that I have the confidence to go on YouTube and go, guys, here's how you do the auxes, right? And then next thing you know, my auxes don't work. And option 4 is that I'm just so dumb I can't do it anymore. I've hit my head, you know? So, at any rate, you know, let's go back to option 1. It's Long and McQuaid and Tascam don't like my videos, so they're trying to make a monkey out of me. Jeez, Blade Runner, where do you work at? Where you work at, Blade Runner? I doubt this, since he's the only one to complain. Why would you own 8? Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun.